Hi, my name is Eki Shola, and I grew up in East London, so where the Olympics were held several years ago. I was born and raised there, and we left England in 1987 for New York, and reasons at that point was better weather in the US, and also our parents wanted us to have better educational opportunities. So we moved to Long Island, and I grew up there and went to school there until my college years. And at that point, I went to Cornell University, which is upstate New York. And at that time, I studied human development, which was like psychology. And I was also pre-med too. While I was at undergrad, I took a music class. And I didn't know it at that time, but it was very instrumental because that was sort of my first foray into the jazz world. And I took the Cornell University Lab Ensemble, so it was a jazz group. And that was really the first time where I actually heard a lot of jazz originals and started to learn how to play and learn how to improvise over them. So that was my 4 years there. After I graduated from Cornell, I then moved to Boston, and I was there for a few years doing some postgraduate work, and I was also doing some research and using that time to apply to medical school. Then I got into medical school in New York City, so then I moved to Manhattan, and I was there for 4 years, after which I did my residency training in the Bronx of New York City, where I was specializing in internal medicine. And then after my training there, I moved out west to California, which is where I currently am. And where I live is called the North Bay. So it's north of San Francisco. And I've been there from 2010. So most of my activities of what I do day to day with my work is in the North Bay area. But I love to travel, and so whenever I can, I try to do that. And I think at this point, I've been able to really blend in my three interests of travel, music, and medicine. And I've been able to really kind of create this unique path, which I've been enjoying. But for the most part, my music activities are based in the San Francisco Bay Area. Just finished doing a show in Santa Rosa, and I've played down in Oakland area, Berkeley area, the city, and now really trying to get out and play more internationally.
Growing up as a kid, I always knew I wanted to be a doctor since I was the age of 5, and that was just the track that I knew, and that that was the route that I was taking. And then there was a pivotal moment in 2012 when my mother passed away from cancer, and it was at that time that music really became an outlet for me. I wasn't doing it because I had to practice or because of some kind of external need, but I found that just playing the piano for hours was such a release and very therapeutic. And it was just through writing songs, essentially like writing my own medication, really. I realized then I had enough songs to put out an album. And once I had that realization, then it opened up a whole new world, because then I had this body of music that I knew that I wanted to share with others and to help others. So that is when I started to learn about the business behind music and how to be an independent artist and what it would entail to do this professionally. And so, yeah, after 2016, that was when I realized I was going to become a solo independent artist. And I haven't stopped since. I think, another sort of pivotal moment to me was, for me, was in 2017 when we lost everything in the wildfires. And again, music just became this outlet to be able to heal myself and to help others. So I'm just very thankful to be able to have music to be able to do that. So.